so that I knew.
Well, one's a little pleated at the bottom.
Whether I was gonna need more boxes.
One's going to be a little tighter. But I corrected the pattern before we cut the patterns.
How's that?
Yeah, that's how I need it. Can you stage it right here? Right here. Over here. Move all this shit. Gracias. Gracias. Brandon, what's up? What's going on? It's a nice hiney you got there. Multicam black kit bags. Woodland large clothes bags. Woodland 12 gauge micros. Alpine covert packs. What's going on, everyone? Not sure what's on the floor currently. CQB subloads in multicam. A bunch of these. Those are cool.
Should I just put this whole pot in there?
I would, yeah, I'd put the whole pot in there, water it, and then hopefully it'll grow overnight 12 inches. And then you can put kudzu in there. That would work. Inside there. And then I would take the fake plant and put around part of the branch and cup it in a manner that it'll hold water. It can be. If you literally just take a piece of the vine, put it in water, it'll root. Just like ivy or spider plant or any of that. You can actually put that inside underwater in an aquarium and it'll do aquatic too. How's the snake bite?
It's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. It's these little tags on there that I just keep catching on shit, so I just cut them with scissors and cut the little piece of fur. It's like a hangnail. But I mean, my hands are always tore up. Like that's just normal right there. Check this out. Mystery bag 9. Mystery bag 9. This is the 6x12 inside out, right? So you've got Velcro on both walls. This big bag here, I have it set up so you can put 3 of these. So these are 6x9s. And then we also built, I also built 9x9s. So you can put 2 9x9s or 3 6x9s. I'm responsible for the Alpine. Is that you? Was that you that did that? They look pretty good. Was that a bite or did it hit you like 2 times? No, that's one bite. Top and bottom. It went to release. When it bit me, it realized that it wasn't me that it wanted to bite, and it released almost immediately.
Can I just use the zipper cutters to cut this?
You can just pull it apart. Look, let me see it. They are pushed together.
Cool, but I don't need that whole thing in that little tiny cage.
Right, they're usually, you can see the joints where there's usually, you can break. Yeah, you can just cut them. Use the zipper cutters.
That's what I was asking.
Cut the piece you want, sure. Here. And then this piece here, see how it's
Yeah.
hollow? It just goes on the peg. It's basically a peg in a circle.
Yes.
Am I the bearded guy? I'm one of the bearded guys. Watch your new snake video, subscribe with the other account, subscribing with this one too. Thank you. It says, I tried to go live tonight, and it said we're getting you set up to be able to go live. You'll be able to, what? You'll be able to go live in 24 hours, it said. If a bigger snake bites you and starts trying to wrap you up, what's a good way to stab? It's pretty good. That I mean, that's always my plan, is to just fucking kill it if I have to. I've had big snakes, like you hear guys say they have 20-foot snakes. Most people have never seen a 20-foot snake. We had 20-foot snakes. The one that bit me yesterday is 12 feet, and like every time I've been bit, I've been like, the worst bite I ever had was from a fucking boa constrictor, and it bit me across my fingers. But they've always, like, they almost immediately let go. When you get bit by one of those big snakes, the way to go into one, do you like 22 WMR? You mean, is that some 22 cartridge? I don't know. You use a snake hook, not usually to get the snake out, but to tap the snake. And then it wakes up and it realizes, oh, this isn't food coming in, or, oh, I don't need to, fight. Has burnt orange stitching in the seats. Got a new Ford Maverick. Cool, dude. You said you were going to, man. Good for you. Congratulations. Glad I've never been bit. I just unalive all snakes. Like, people send me, like Nicole sent me a picture of a snake, and I said, that's a water snake. It does look very much like a copperhead. And she's like, yeah, Tactical moved it. I go, the default should be just to kill those things. Like, even me, like, I'm the snake guy, right? I still kill venomous animals on my property. Like a rattlesnake, I would, relocate a rattlesnake. But like copperheads and cottonmouths, I just fucking kill them. And I kill turtles on the property. What rifle length do you prefer for shit hit the fan? The one you need when it happens, right? Are we shooting long distance? Are we working out of a vehicle? It doesn't really matter, right? What is most of what you're going to do with the rifle, and are you going to have the rifle there when you need it, right? You want Accuracy International that you can shoot 2 miles with? That's awesome. Are you going to have it with you, at work the day when shit goes down? Why kill the turtles? Eat all the fish. My pond is stocked. I definitely just relocate to the compost pile. Why not the rattlesnakes are pretty rare around here. We do have them. We do have them here. I've never seen one. I spent 10 years going out probably 100 times a year specifically looking for snakes, and I never have found a rattlesnake. People put pictures up of them all the time. We've just never seen one here. Yeah, turtles do fucking eat baby ducks, and ducks destroy ponds. I was at a zoo recently and was shocked by massive king cobras are huge. They are very big, and they're actually pretty docile. Like, for the amount of people fucking with king cobras, very few people get bit by king cobras. Maybe going to Chattanooga for a new roof. Right on. Who's in Chattanooga that does rooftop temps? Assuming no alpine cama. Like that. Timber rattlesnakes. Yeah, those are fucking cool. Ours are just. I don't think we have timbers here, Josh. I don't know what kind of rattlesnakes here actually. I've caught a lot of Southern Pacifics, and I've caught some red diamondbacks. How do I get to go 12? I don't know what we're talking about there. How's the snake? Oh, snake bite. Okay, that's all the questions it looks like. We put the high Homestead Apprentice. We never did that. I have a son at Polyface. Very cool. Interning. Sent him the web, YouTube, and Instagram. Nice. Thank you. I learned to building my stuff from you. Full building. Nice. Found a hard shell rooftop tent, Facebook Marketplace. Pretty new. People seem to be selling a lot. Yeah, everybody bought all that shit when they were going to be preppers. And a lot of people's money is very tight. They're selling off a lot of toys right now. Everything is on sale. Nicole met him when she was at Poly. Oh, cool. Right on. He'll learn a ton there with Joel and all of those guys. Daniel. There's a good sushi place there called Toto, T-O-T-O. We go there every time we're in Chattanooga. We were there 2 weekends ago. Charles, what's up? How are you? And then there was silence. Chris Hall, what's up, dude? Anybody get shipping information today? It looked like a bunch of bags went out here today. I want to make sushi for you and Amanda someday. Are you a sushi chef? Like with real raw fish, right? Not like cooked shit? More reptile shows. There's nothing this weekend. There's some shows coming up. The next show will really be the best show also. Bob Boo's show in Atlanta. I think it's in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And then right after that is the NARB show in Florida. Where is it in Florida? It's not Miami. It's where's the fucking motorcycle week? Where do they do bike week at? It's there. Not Lauderdale. Are all your snakes in separate bins? Yeah, all but I do have 2 snakes in one cage. Would they fight? No, most of them won't. Some of them will eat each other, but no, they for the most part you could probably keep them together. Daytona, that's where it's at. Yeah, sure, a legit sushi chef. Right on, man. Come here and we'll go out to eat. I got a box coming tomorrow. Right on. Radio Made Easy, 22nd and 3rd August with Chuck Peoples. Cool. Where is Evan in Ohio right now? Is he at your place, Bob, or where's he at? Brandon, I think that's normal. What's Brandon saying? I don't see Brandon on here. Brandon, when I buy stuff on your site now, my bank statement says, yes, I know. It's a separate. It was the LLC that I had set up that we could run another payment gate through. Sturgis, nope, not Sturgis. Radio Made Easy this weekend in Central Ohio. Got it. Got the shipping. Getting my Odie Black large clothes bag and toiletry bag on Monday. Nice. Yeah, a lot of stuff went this week. He's at my place in the other room. Right on. Cool. With his van, with his fucking giant visors. Yeah, it's in Daytona. That's where it's at. That's actually the best show probably in the world. It'd be enormous. It's like the difference between going to a local gun shop at a hotel conference room versus going to the SHOT Show. But the show in Atlanta will be fucking enormous. It'll be the best put on show that there is. So we're going to pick up a bunch of Driftwood tomorrow. Have you ever fucking looked at Driftwood, right? Driftwood just washes up in storms on the shore, right? You just pick it up off the banks. Fuck, there are motherfuckers getting like $500 for pieces of driftwood. Apparently people are very serious about it. There's a dude we found in here she is right now. Some lady named Heidi. she has like 10 different photos of Driftwood, and it looks to be in multiple rooms. Like they have whole fucking buildings full of Driftwood. He has traction board suction cup to the side. It looks pretty cool. He's whatever those suction cups, he met those dudes and they gave him a couple samples. Those are fucking legit. Those suction cups they have. You can put a kayak on the side of that fucking van with those suction cups. I have like some suction cups on my racks on the 4Runner that we just have little roto packs on. And you have to like lick them and pump them up, and they only stay suction for like a week. Those suction cups he has, those are something completely different. Nicole, your ears burning? We were just talking about you a minute ago. I think Driftwood is expensive. Try tumbleweeds for movie use. Man, we used to see tumbleweeds in California. Even in where I lived, in Tierra Santa, when the Santa Anas would come, we'd have tumbleweeds come up the road and shit. And if like you'll look in like there was a school that had sat for probably 20 years unfinished, but it was fenced, and it would just be a fucking acres of just tumbleweeds had blown in this shit. But the driftwood shit, like chunks of driftwood, because people use it for crafts and furniture and shit. But a lot of that driftwood, fucking hundreds of dollars. In California, Hollywood will pay through the nose for good looking tumbleweeds. That's where we were. We were in San Diego. So house plants, we need like some like Charlie or Ivy, pothos. Walmart had one pothos tonight. We got one, but we need some, longer, bigger ones. Ideally hanging where they're draped over, and then we need some big pieces of driftwood. I think I'm picking up a Sulcata Tortoise this weekend. It's, I don't know. It's 4 years old. It's big, huge actually. Do you have goats or sheep? I got rid of all my goats. Nicole has one remaining SOE goat, and I have sheep. I've got St. Croix hair sheep. Much easier. Not that goats are hard. Goats they're just fucking a menace. That's not your Nighthawk though, Nicole. That's a different Nighthawk, right? I wish you guys made square lunch bags. I broke 3 zippers on my work lunch bag. Why don't you just use this? It's not insulated, but you could easily put foam in it. Did I have goats when you were there, Josh? Were you there for the goats? I'm growing a tumbleweed in my yard in New Mexico. My mom has stacks of driftwood. Guess what's going on Marketplace? I'm telling you, search search Marketplace for driftwood. Yeah, I'm a different Nighthawk. I separated the 2 words because John always used to ask me if I was Nicole's Nighthawk. I did. I did. What kind of bag? That's the Mystery 9 bag. What was that? Is that wide inside? It's 3, 6. It's 12 inches by 7 and probably 8 tall. And then it has. I did a 6 by 12 and 6 by 6s, and then it's got a modular piece. We haven't released that yet. And then we've not put this bag out yet. This is a bigger version of that. And the whole walls are Velcro lined inside, so you can put the mesh pockets. But today I built out the 9x9s. So you can put 2 9x9s, or you'll be able to put 3 6x9s. And any combination of that will double the capacity of the bag. The Nighthawk needs to meet. Yeah, the Nighthawks need to meet in person, exactly. It'll hold a ton, it will. I did not think I was going to be a fan of some of the giveaway bags, but I'm finding all, so most of the giveaway bags are the actual tool bag pattern. So if you had 20 of them, you would have 20, you would find 20 uses for those things. Just need to wish everyone a productive weekend. No days, that's right, no days off. Also a space blanket in that bag around, yeah, that would do it too. The bags are fully Velcro lined, and because they are square, you could take a piece of isomat or foam, any sleeping mat, and just cut them to fit in there and just score the edges, and they would fit in there perfectly square. You could use military sleep mat like the green ones, or you could go to Walmart and they have a blue one. You could use the blue ones. Us Nighthawks have Saturdays at 12 noon face off north, crack a beer. Ozark blue ones, yep. And they're made in, those Ozark blue ones are made in Hawaii, or they used to be. Do we sell these bags online? Cooking with South Philly, we sell all this shit online. This bag is not out. This bag was the mystery bag. Guys pre-ordered it. I think you paid what, 100 to 150 depending on what you ordered, and we sold the extras for 250. So the guys that pre-ordered as a mystery got $100 saving on those things. And we currently have Typhon Royal Blue, Typhon Red, and Typhon Toxic. There's probably some others. We didn't put these on the main website. These are on SOEquickship.com. How long have I been sewing? At least 35 years. Did you make the bag with different camos to make sure no one grabbed that? No. Yes and no. Yeah, there's another reason behind that too. I think you mentioned that you would make, yeah, all of the samples I always make in mixed match colors, because people come in and they want to buy them, and if it's sitting around, I'll fucking sell it. And then this is that 6x12, and you can see that it's inside out, and it's Velcro, so that you can put in other pockets, or you can put magazine cards to index things on the walls. What made me get into sewing? Dude, I've done 1,000 videos on it. I've been on dozens of podcasts. You can see the whole story. You can see I've done a video series talking about the entire history of myself and the company. Hours and hours long videos. They're here on this channel. There's 6,500 videos here. You have alpine mesh pockets. Nope, we've never done them. You don't see them anyways. They go inside. The only thing that would be alpine on them is the bottom and the back, which you don't see though. Will we do them? We probably will. But no, I've not made ever any of them. Could you show off the EDC backpack? Would like to see it. We have a really good video on this YouTube channel, a comparison video of the 3 bags. We show you them loaded up, side by side, side views, inside out. That video is really good. I don't know what you search for. Just take a look at my actual YouTube channel here, and you'll be able to figure it out. I know that's not what you're asking, but that's the reality of it. There we go, John's early years. Thank you, Josh. And I really only, like, I started putting all that out there when dudes would tell me why they are not successful, or why, you know, these things have happened to them that they feel are just terrible. And I'm like, dude, that's just a day in my life. Fucking, if we take the bad things that have happened in my life, most fucking dudes would literally just kill themselves over it. And that's why I started telling that story. It was never for poor, oh yeah, I feel sorry for you or anything like that. It's like you're complaining about some benign shit that if any of that shit happened to a normal animal, they just keep fucking going. But these dudes use it as a crutch as to why they've done nothing in the next fucking 10 years because of some shit that somebody said something mean to them, or their girlfriend or wife left them a fucking decade ago. And in a lot of cases, people telling us why I want to do these things. Okay, well, why don't you do them, right? Here's how we can do these things. Well, I can't because of this. But when you talk to these people, it was literally over half of their life ago. And that's their fucking current identity. Ice Mike, what's up, dude? Josh, thank you for the backpack link there too. What kind of foam padding do you use for padded inner dividers for back? Use whatever you can get a hold of. That's the real answer. And again, I'll tell you again, which I know I've told you before. Do you see all these people with stars next to their names? Those are members. If you want me to help you go into a business that is even in the stream or in the ecosystem, what I do, you can pay $10, and that'll give you access to hundreds of videos where I literally tell you how to do what I do. I've used SOE belt as a tow strap. Yeah, we've got videos out there towing 5 tons with them. We took a M60 battle tank and linked one of my rigger's belts with it to a crane, and they lifted the entire fucking tank up on the back of its tracks with the gun pointed up in the air with a belt that we have made for 35 years that I sell for, I think, $65 still. First order compared to recent since listening to you, not an average 4,000 a month more. I get it, dude. I understand. And like, I put a lot of time in. Like, I really believe that people are going to do these things right. And then when you see them a year later, they literally ask you the same fucking questions. And you're like, dude, like, what are you fucking talking about? I tried to find the tank video. It's not on my channel. It was on Josh Hohensy's channel. I don't remember what it was called, what his channel was called. He came in, he's like, I want to do videos, and he started doing some videos, and they were pretty good. He did like 4 or 5, and then he just fucking stopped doing videos. Like he had talked about for years. He's like, I want to start a YouTube channel like you guys have. I'm like, well, just fucking start a YouTube channel. Like, there's nothing... You don't have to even pay for it. You just do it. You could start a YouTube channel right now and not even own a camera. I've used Camelback, the SOE Day Pack, but totally different animals. I still use Camelbacks. I can too invite from you 5 meters a quarter. Well, no, I won't sell you 5 meters a quarter. Tarot Firefront bag meant to attach to other pieces of kit. Yes, so is the compact. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, general public, and I think that's the thing, right? If we're around a group of people, they've gone out of their way to be where we are, so they're kind of a higher tier. So they're kind of pre-qualified, right? But the most, like when you see people out in public, people are really dumb. Like, people are really just fucking dumb. Like, what IQ level do you have to be considered a moron, or, mentally retarded? Like, you can't sign your name, or you can't comprehend things. That's a lot of people that, like, we walk arm in arm with people because we're in the same place, and you just assume that if you're at a store buying things, they have the same, achievement level and the same kind of income and stuff. But that is not the case. Yeah, there's still fucking motherfuckers wearing masks. Like, I got a dude pulling weeds right now, right? We were talking about this with the manager of a restaurant we were at tonight, and she was just talking about, she was kind of venting about some frustrations with some employees, and I said, you know, all these people that are always asking for stuff. There's a lady here I know in town named Sheila, and she had just finally had enough, and she's like, all you people fucking begging for stuff and constantly asking for donations of money and shit. How about you get a fucking job? And all these people, like 600 comments, people just lost their shit over it. And I said, you know, all these people always asking for money, or it's usually a lady going, hey, my husband needs some work, any part-time work, anything at all. And I'm like, well, I have weeds to pull, right? I'm paying a dude $20 an hour to pull fucking weeds out of the gravel. And I have these youngsters show up, and by youngsters I mean like 18 to 25 years old. And I said, you know, it's hot out here. The sun comes up at about 9, but until 9 o'clock, there's no sun on the property, direct sunlight. You can be here at 6 in the morning and get all this done. And then when the sun comes up, you can go to the other side of the building and still be in the shade for 2 more hours. And these people come in here, and they literally are here for an hour. And they're just like, I'll come back tomorrow when I got to get some knee pads. They never come back. I've literally had 100 of them show up to do this. The dude that's been here the entire week, he has brain cancer. He literally has fucking brain cancer. His face is a little disheveled, swelled up. His teeth are messed up from the treatment and shit. And the dude has brain cancer, and he's here every fucking day. He's been here for the last 7 fucking days. And he's like, can I work tomorrow on Saturday? But these dudes, and this dude's probably, I would guess he's probably 40, maybe. But these kids that are in perfect fucking health can't do the job. Because they have options, right? They don't have to. Mom will pay the bill, dad will pay the bill, whoever it is. This dude, who is on some kind of medical assistance and is probably receiving the bare minimum care, is like, I can't make more than $900 a month or they kick me off my whatever, so I'm paying him $20 bills. Burning the weeds works, but it's very temporary. And what you'll find when burning the weeds, you actually, I can't remember what it's called, but the heat releases other types of seeds and you get other plants that come up. It does work. If you're going to burn the weeds, do it early on. And the whole thing about, and I know I've heard everybody say it, I've said it myself, when you burn the leaves, you don't have to disintegrate them. It changes and it ruptures the molecular structure and they don't go back. Bullshit. If it's fucking grass, it's growing back. So burn them early on before that goes to seed, because once it goes to seed. But what happens here is I have these fucking guineas and they eat seeds all over the place, even off property, and they run the perimeter of the fence like a track and they shit out all those seeds and they plant. Man, you want to grow grass? Put down fucking gravel. Gravel is the best media for aquaponics. How's the bite? Nothing to it. There's like some little tears, you know, like hangnails. And then on the top, I don't think there's even anything to see on the top. There's like, see, it's almost healed up already. Oh, there's the other side of it, I guess. But while it looks, you know, red, it doesn't look that way in real life. Like, that's through the magnified camera. But I've always got cuts and tears on my hands. My wife did the vinegar, salt, and dish soap weed killer. Worked, but came back. I did that. And we use 30% vinegar. That seems to be the key. We use 30% vinegar. We used an entire fucking pound of salt, and we used hot water and dish soap. And I immediately put it in a sprayer. I sprayed about 100 feet of weeds, And it was weird because it did kill some of them. Like the next morning, some of them were just yellow. But the exact same type of weed and plant next to it, literally, like right next to it, it didn't do shit to it. So I don't know why. It definitely does not work like Roundup does. Is that a snake? Yeah, it's a Burmese python. I have a 12-foot Burmese python I got yesterday. It was shipped in here yesterday. And took it out, holding it, all was good. Had it in a cage. And, you know, just being stressed out and not used to the cage and shit. And then I had been out in the rat building. And I had changed a bunch of tubs and shit. And I hadn't even thought about it. I washed my hand. And reached in there and he fucking bit me. 45. Where do you get 45 at, dude? It was all we could do to find 30. And let's be real, 45%, 30% vinegar is what? $18 a fucking gallon? It's still pretty pricey. 3H, what's up? Ever used a flamethrower? Yeah, I have real flamethrowers, but we have weed dragons, right? It runs off propane. And they're great. It's got the turbo mode and shit. I use it a lot. But the weeds are to the point now where it's just not doable. Plus I can't use it, I can use it along fence line, but not towards it. That's a good point. If you don't spend time outside, it's hard to be outside. And the whole thing is like you walk outside, you're like, oh my God, it's hot. You've literally just programmed yourself with, I'm going to be fucked up out here. Never realized how people would just buy whatever sling shows up via targeted marketing. Yeah. Tax Response Alumni Weekend was last weekend. We were not here for it. I was here Friday, and I think 2 people stopped by here. It's a very different group of people at Tax Response for alumni and such. I'm sure there was people in town that we know, but if it's not important enough for them to come here to our shit at this point, we're not changing what we're doing. Met the neighbor with the carbine slung. I'm sure I made a little bit of an impression. Hopefully I didn't scare them off. Been here 4 years and same neighbors I wear every day. Evan blew my mind tonight when he told me that you were born with whatever IQ you have and you can never raise it. I've been playing these dumb raise your IQ games for some reason. Yeah, burn at night for sure. Yeah. I do. I work in the dark all the time. I have fucking all kinds of lights on the property. We put up actual fucking street lights. I had my 8-foot Burmese bite and wrap around my arm once after I tried to remove a jumbo rat. Then the rat bit me too. Live rats will fuck snakes up. Went to Kentucky Sustainable Living today. Took Bear's trauma class. Nice. Was Bear was there? Yeah, the best way to beat the heat is get out early. Yeah, absolutely. Be out after. You mentioned GNC protein powder in a past stream, and I waited to get it. Which was it? I didn't say GNC. I would have said Redcon 1. I have affiliate with Redcon 1, and that's what I actually use. I can take you in the kitchen and show you tons of that shit. Redcon 1, and not because they give it to me, I buy it. I use MRE, and I use MRE Lite. And if you use code SOE, it'll get you 20% off your order. Once a snake tastes human blood, are they more prone to... No. No. As soon as that snake bit me, it realized that it's not what he let go right away. And you might be able to, you could possibly get Redcon 1 at GNC. That's highly possible. Which flavor? I really like the oatmeal cookie. I like the banana. The vanilla is a good base if you're going to add like ice or a banana or something to it. The chocolate and like the Dutch chocolate or whatever they call it, they've got hundreds of flavors. I've never had one that wasn't good. This one, I don't know where it even says it. Cookies and cream is what this one is, right? Yeah. It's got Oreos in it. Or something like Oreos. And then this one is my favorite one right now. Oatmeal chocolate chip. This one is Dutch apple pie. And then the MRE Light is just protein. There's no carbs. Fudge brownie. I've got, well, I mean, you can see them. There's like 6 of them down there. And then I've got more. And I use that shit all the time. I use it with whole raw milk. And then if I'm using it right before bed, I just use the MRE Light and I use it with water. Yeah, the chocolate peanut butter's good, yep. What color backpacks do you have available? What do you want? For day packs, I got Typhon Red. Didn't we build you a bag? Did we not build you a bag, Brandon? I thought we built you a multicam black purple one. Typhon Red. All black. That's what I got. And then I have Arctic, the Alpine. I have Alpine, the snow one for the covert bags. For Mystery 9s right now, Typhon Royal, Typhon Toxic, Typhon Red. And I still have some pink thread crossbody, double wide crossbodies. I thought I was looking at a kitchen. You were looking at a kitchen. Bear said earlier they asked to come do some training for the new owners of Moyoc. I don't even know what that is. Tired of buying my kid a new backpack every year because they get destroyed. Nice. Have you talked to Phil? Phil keeps messaging me on Instagram, and I go back and forth several times before I realize who the fuck I'm talking to. I just want to be like, just shut up, I'm way smarter than you. And then I realize it's Phil. And then I'll actually have a conversation with him. Because it starts off very like, yeah, no shit. Oh, Blackwater facility, got it. Alpine does get dirty. Yeah, you better stain guard that shit. He's coming up next month. Yeah. He's like, do you want a rainbow boa? I'm like, it depends. Is it a shitty one? Yeah, he's like, hey, I'll give you this rainbow boa. I'm like, you don't have to give it to me. I'll trade you some shit for it. I know he wanted some rigs and stuff. What's the approximate internal length of the Mystery 10? It looked to be... we haven't announced what the Mystery 10 is. You don't even know for sure that you've seen the Mystery 10. It is so nice to see someone else's workspace a mess. But yeah, I guarantee you mine's way more of a mess. I got that. I got you beat. Yeah. This whole fucking build... When we moved, it's 16,000 feet. When we moved in, we're like, we'll never fill this up. And this is pretty organized and clean right now. You want to see what my actual workspace looks like? It's right there. What website do you order the protein? Redcon 1. Redcon 1. These are sulcata tortoises. They're the third largest tortoise in the world. They get the size of that tub right there. What's the big duffel bag Evan is rocking? Velcro inside. It's probably deplorable. Prefer hooks or tong? Both different things. Different things. You can grab them with a tong. With the hook, you're going to pick them up. I use the hooks to tap them. And just the hooks are kind of, I never even owned a hook until a couple weeks ago. I've always used big hemostats for feeding, just so I have standoff. But you have to keep in mind too, like most of my animals were not in front open cages, so they don't see human beings and they don't have interaction, right? They're in trays like this. And the only time we open these trays is to offer them food. So this snake right here thinks it's about to be fed. So if you tap them first, that kind of takes that out of them. They're like, oh, it's not time to eat. Amanda bought 2 little Burmese pythons. And when breeders have snakes, a lot of babies, you just cannot afford caging, right? So you keep them in racks and you feed them and they're heated and it holds moisture. And then as you sell them, they come out of the rack and they go to somebody as a pet or whatever. But like these snakes right here, they're a couple months old and they've only been in a rack. See him huffing and puffing? Listen to him. He gets super excited. His breathing went up. He's hissing and puffing. Hear him? That's just him breathing. And he will bite the shit out of you. He can't do any damage. He might prick you enough to get a little prick of blood. But that motherfucker, I've been making a point to hold that one and this one at least a dozen times a day, and they'll be out and mellow out. But every time you pull them out, it's the same thing. So I'm going to take them and put them into front open cages and put them where there's people, so they're used to seeing movement and they'll calm down. Burmese pythons just do that. All the babies are like that. Breed sulcatas, yeah, they do. Yeah, we're trying to. I don't know that it's going to work out. I'm getting a sulcata tortoise that's 4 years old. It's about this big around. It's big. It's big for a tortoise, you know. It's not big for a sulcata tortoise, but it's a big one. So we're trying to pick that up tomorrow. Ever had to assist feed? You know what a pinky pump is, right? I've seen that done. I had a ball python that wouldn't eat, and we were force feeding it, and eventually it died like after a year. No, luckily I have not had to really force feed any animals or assist feed. And usually, looking back at it, when I did have to do that as a kid, it's from improper caging. If we had just raised the temperature, like I had rattlesnakes all the time that wouldn't eat. And as soon as you raised the temperature, they ate. I had Burmese pythons that would have mucus and bubbly noses and mucus out of their mouths. And 90% of the problems you have is temperature. If you just simply raise the temperature, a lot of that goes away. Ball pythons. A lot of the problem with ball pythons is people have them in caging that's too big. When you keep ball pythons in a rack, almost all your problems go away. Keep them in a drawer. That's why when you look at like Freedom Breeder and stuff, a lot of the drawers are solid gray. You can't see into them. The snake can't see movement. When you take an animal that's off feed or something like that, put them into a smaller confined space with no visibility and bring your temperatures up, they eat. Almost all your problems go away. 4 scoops of protein. No, I usually do 3. I usually do 3, but I'll do it. I could even do 2 and then just do it, you know, spread out. Try it, you know, try 1 scoop and see if it makes you farty, if you have gas from it or not. I only kept ball pythons in racks. Yeah, that's how everybody keeps them. They literally do better in racks. After adding my first suppressor to AR pistol, it's now 24 inches long with the law folder. So I'm going to need to upgrade to a longer bag. Got it. Well, if the mystery bag was the bag you think it is 18 inches long. It is not 24. Redcon 1, the coupon code is SOE. And if that doesn't work, try SOE gear, but I think it's SOE. It might be SOE gear. If you were to have only 1 venomous species in your collection, oh, I don't know. I don't have any. I don't intend to have any. Fuck, somebody said, imagine if that was a venomous animal. I go, yeah, no shit. That's why I don't keep venomous animals. Because I have too many people around me always distracting me. At least I know where everything's at. I know where most things are at. If I can't find it after 10 minutes, I just order like 5 more of them. And so the next one shows up in a day or 2, and then the other 4 I put places that I think they should be. So when I can't find it next time, it's at least one of the places I look. Fuck a ball python. Yeah, every time I search pythons on Craigslist, I tell a man, I go, man, they shouldn't even be allowed to fucking put ball pythons as a python. When I'm on Morph Market, I deselect ball pythons always. I just got a water monitor that's shipping Monday. That'll be here Tuesday. I don't know if you saw it, Jason. We got a 12-foot Burmese yesterday. I've got like a 14-foot retic too, albino lavender. And that motherfucker, it was fine. I took it out of the bag. We shot video with it and shit. And I put it in a cage. And I reached in there like a couple hours later. And he was fine. And I'm grabbing him. And his head came around. He went, chomp. Ball pythons are the basic bitch. Well, ball pythons where motherfuckers make money. Who's the dude? I can't remember the name of the company. Dude's got Lambos and shit. Just built an enormous building. Built a huge fucking garage. He's got GT3s and stuff. That's all from ball pythons. Knife pouches in stock. I got a couple hundred of them. What color you want? Oatmeal cookies and milk. It tastes fucking amazing. I think it really has oatmeal cookies in it that they have freeze dried and chunked up and put inside there. I can mail you a fire ant. I don't have any venom to go with it. The berm, yeah, he just like reached over and grabbed. He's like, oh shit, I don't want that, and immediately let go. Amanda bought some baby Burmeses, and those motherfuckers bite me like 100 times a day. Because I'm making a point of handling them. I'm gonna get some anacondas. Would the Redcon 1 supplements be good for weight loss plan? I mean like a liquid diet plan. I don't know. I mean, your diet's gonna be like, because you're not doing keto or carnivore, or like, what's your plan? It's all numbers, man. It's literally all math. If it meets your macros, yeah. Most people's problem is that they do not get enough protein. Are you going to build a little pond or water hole for the anacondas? I'm going to get anacondas very soon, and they will be in caging. And I figure that at some point we will just do another building and we will put a big, you know, trough or something in there for them in part of the building, just a built-in cage in the building. I have a 16 by 60 foot building that should be done in like 3 weeks here. It's all dark gray, black roof, black trim, and really we will need a separate building for, or separate room, but I'm not putting rooms in this one. It's just one open room. The retics need to be in a separate place than the Burmese pythons need to be. And then I've got blackhead pythons and olive pythons and a lot of different stuff. That bow I got from you would always bite my hand, wrap up my arm, and would take like 3 minutes to realize she couldn't eat me. Phoenix, a couple of thieves killed large Galapagos tortoises by accident. They backed their truck into the tortoise and ripped the shell. Jeez. That'd be a huge federal offense. Like, those dudes would be in prison for life over those. Those are endangered animals. I got robbed and drugged out friend for $13,000. I got robbed by a drugged out friend for $13,000. I'm a month sober. Well, congratulations on being sober. That's not a friend. And you know, don't fall back in with those guys. You know how that is. Live feeding of frozen pinks to prevent bites from the mice. I'm producing enough rats right now. I do feed live baby rats, but once rodents are larger, they can fucking completely damage an animal, especially rats. I've got a bunch of pythons right now that are eating rabbits. Those anacondas will be able to eat Isaac in 10 years. They'll be able to eat him in 5 years. He's so funny. He's like, let me work extra. I'll come in and I'll work on it. I'll do animals. I'm like, you won't do it. I go, I know you think that you will right now. He bugged me for fucking 10 days. He's like, let me get bit by a snake. We'll do a series called Isaac Gets Bit. So when the babies got here, those 2 baby berms yesterday, there's a granite and there's a albino, and they're biting. They bit like fucking 20 times, and most of it, they don't even break skin. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull this animal out of here. I'm going to hand it to you, and it's going to bite you. When it bites you, don't jerk or anything. It's probably not going to break skin. And I reached in, and that thing hit me like 2-3 times. He's like, oh, no, I can't do that. And that's that video of me getting bit by that little one. Do not put anything live with teeth in with your snake. There's I used to feed live all the time. Now, if I'm doing live, I literally take them and smack them on the edge, and it just kills them. If you hit them too hard, there's a lot of blood. But there's tons of videos, right? And it's mostly black dudes. There's a lot of black guys into reptiles now. Like, that did not used to be. Like, black folks were fucking scared of snakes. And there's, like, it's probably 50-50 at a reptile show now. And there's a lot of videos on TikTok of black dudes who left a rat, a small rat or even a mouse, with a ball python. And the next morning, that fucking rat or mouse has eaten, I mean, a chunk out of that snake. Like, a ton of it. Irish, what's up? What size FUPA do I need to get? I plan on putting an HK VP9. I'm not sure what's a VP9, like a Glock 17? It'll fit in our normal FUPA. Do you dunk the rats in water so the snakes also get... No, they have water bowls. Everyone's got a water bowl. The only snakes that don't really drink from a water bowl is the green tree pythons, and you spray them. That's what she was doing with those vines. She's lit because they lick off the plants. You spray the snake, and they lick it. They drink it off their nose. FUPA danglers hold it. Yeah, FUPA, standard size FUPA or FUPA dangler will hold a Glock 17 all day. I know a couple guys that got clean by keeping and breeding reptiles. Yeah, I've seen some YouTube videos of some of them dudes too. Yeah, for sure. What's this? say you order a new Land Cruiser. No, I have not bought a Land Cruiser. I'm real happy with my Toyotas. You guys see Lexus put out Lexus has a Raptor or something out, Super Raptor. Need a back. I've got black day packs right now. I have Typhon red day packs, and we just did Alpine Covert packs. What product or brand is best to kill black mold? Ooh, what did I hear? Vinegar, right? Vinegar on black mold. Don't use bleach. I think that's what I heard. I think vinegar was what I'd heard. I would actually type that exact question into YouTube and watch a few videos on it. When my wife and I went to Honolulu Zoo in 2017, we heard noises in the distance, and we joked that the Galapagos tortoises were probably boinking. We turned the corner, and they were, yeah, it was like a grunting sound. Peroxide, maybe that's what I heard. Amish Angie, always for the win there. Abby's Savannah monitor has doubled in size. That's cool. That's cool. There's a dude at all the Repticon shows, older dude, and his arms are like fucking tore up from monitor claws and shit and big bites. Like, that dude has a fucking giant Nile monitor, and that fucking, it's puppy dog tame, man. He's got a bunch of big monitors. He just has them in crates, and he takes them out and holds them all the time. And you can see where he's been bit a lot, but those ones he has at the shows are super, like, mellow. Black Dragon's what you want. Those are all black, like melanistic water dragons, water monitors. I just got a Het for albino water monitor. English ivy will stop black mold. There, Tommy boy, what's up? Vinegar works. It's what I use for black mold. White vinegar contains acetic acid, and that's something that does well. Yeah, because I remember hearing, because you automatically think bleach, but bleach doesn't actually kill it. Do you sell hots? Do they sell hots? No, you have to go to a show that actually has Venomous. We went to a show that was supposed to be Venomous, and I didn't see any Venomous shit there. I need something that can feed trespassers. I watched the whole video. Apparently retics eat the most people. You just need a guy with a bunch of pigs. That's all you need. You need something that'll eat baby pigs is what you need. It's not taking the SOE gear code for protein. Try SOE. Try SOE gear. Maybe something's up with our code, but I get affiliate stuff from them all the time, so I'm sure it's still active. Space out SOE maybe? I don't know. People use it all the time. They tell me it works. I have pigs, but a caiman would scare the trespass. You can have caimans here. I should have bought that black one that was at that show in Nashville. I'd be more scared of a trained snake than a dog. You can't train a fucking snake. So are they releasing the fucking people that the criminals that Epstein did business with? Are they putting all that out or what? if you're Voldemort. You have to speak parcel tongue. It's a redacted version, of course it is. Because they're all on it. Every one of them's on it. I got a bunch of cages I got to put together this weekend. Clientless will never be. I'm with you. I agree. This would be a good hammer for lobotomy. The lobotomizer 4000. That's the one that got me right there. I churched up the cages, did you? The cage, yeah, these cages are nice. These come already wired. So on the bigger cages, one is fluorescent and then 2 incandescents. On the smaller cages, it's 3 incandescents. And these cages, these are a different cage. These are nice, but they're not wired at all. There's dwarves out there. That's a relatively new thing, but there's dwarf stock that people are working with. Amanda's got some semi-dwarf berms or semi-dwarf retics. Code might not work if what you're already buying is on sale. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Would you accept a cottonmouth as a gift? No, I have no interest in having Venomous. I'm too much on the radar, man. We're doing a YouTube channel and everything. Sooner or later, somebody's going to show up here to look at all my shit. I cannot have anything that's not perm. I can't have Venomous. I don't want Venomous. I would get paperwork like to have mangroves, you know, stuff like that. But I don't want anything, you know, real. Snakes can't get out of those plastic pull-out setups. I think they could easily, no, they can't. I know why they're not taking it. They have a 50% off 7 pounds for, oh shit, I'm gonna go buy a bunch. I did not know that. Dean, what's up? Chuck, hey, what's up, Chuck? Any butt packs? We've got a bunch of woodland ones cut. So this is that bigger bag, and I did 6x9s, so you can put 3 6x9s, or you will be able to put 2 9x9s, or if you already have 6x6s, you'll be able to put your 6x6s on there. Not your cages, but just those plastic Tupperware looking things that go on the rack. Well, they slide in the rack, right? They slide in the rack. And then if we're using like these tubs with lids, I always put rubber bands on them. Cool stuff about a near instinct snake that is helping to take out the baby and younger pythons in the Everglades. Beautiful black snake. Well, king snakes will eat. I cannot imagine. First, there's no indigenous snake in the Everglades that can eat a python. There are king cobras that are loose in the Everglades, and they will eat small pythons. There's plenty of shit that will eat small pythons. But if it's eating a small python, a baby python's pretty good size already. A big king snake could eat a baby ball python, a baby Burmese python. But there's really, and I heard what you are saying. I heard the same thing a couple days ago, but I didn't catch what it was. But That's what king cobras eat, is other snakes. Yeah, indigo snakes will. Are there indigos in the Everglades, though? I had not heard that. And if they are, indigo snakes are almost endangered. Like, there's not many of them. You got to remember, like, a Burmese python will have 30 to 70 babies, like eggs, hatch. Too complacent feeding. Yeah, same. Arizona Reptile Expos. They display native rattlesnake species. Nice. That's cool. For butt packs right now, I have Multicam, OD Black, and OD. Have they ever found any of the king cobras in the Everglades? I keep hearing that. Nobody has been able to, like, take... You couldn't take me right now and you go, hey, I know where the king cobras are, and we go out and find some. That's not happened, apparently. But it is said that they are out there. Took me a while to remember the chemical. Used to do mold remediation. Disney Eco Lab, Oasis. $4.99 was the chemical we used. Interesting. Pythons in Florida is just a can of worms that will never get to... Well, they're not letting people do it. There's only 8 permits issued, right? You keep hearing about people in the Everglades and the problem with the snakes. They don't want the problem solved. They are getting a fucking ton of federal grant money. There's only 8 people that are allowed to hunt those fucking pythons in the Everglades right now. Look it up. Look into it. Never saw any cobras. Been searching. Yeah, well, motherfucker, you ain't found an eastern coral snake either. Imagine seeing one of those huge cobras in the Everglades. Are those snakes with dragon-sized scales real? No. Hey, there's also no anaconda the size of a fucking train car either. There's a ton of AI shit out there that looks really convincing. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. We're gonna get up and do a bunch of shit tomorrow. Didn't a guy get tagged by a cobra and lost his finger? That's fucking Tyler Nolan did. Tyler Nolan from Inked. He's selling his tattoo shop right now. He's got a whole fucking YouTube channel. It's all animals and shit. Reptile dude. Yeah, he has a beautiful cobra. He's got a bunch of venomous animals, but he got bit by a friend's cobra. Found myself frequently surrounded by juvenile cottonmouths out there. I'll bet you did. I bet you did. All right, guys, we'll do a video tomorrow night. Hey, I have a YouTube channel called SOE Reptiles. There are 2 videos. I made one public tonight, and then there's a bunch of shorts. I should be able to start going live on there tomorrow, it says. I also have SOE Reptiles on Instagram. So if you're interested in that shit, give it a like and follow for us. That'll help us out. And we'll do a video tomorrow night on here. No, it wasn't. The cheap bastards turned off the AC in majority of the buildings at night. Complained about mold. That's what kills, like, all these massive buildings where dudes are like, we should let homeless people. No, you shouldn't. Homeless people fuck everything up. But if you leave a building with the electricity off, the mold in there and the paint curls and all the shit happens, and you're never going to be able to use that building again. That's why you have whole wings. When they build new hospital buildings and wings, they leave the power on in case they ever need to use that shit again. John Exotic, we have all those URLs. We have all that. We have a bunch. We've not been saying what we're doing yet because we don't want, until we have everything secured. We've not really said what exactly is going to happen, Jason. Rusted out room can kill you. Yep. Yep. All right, guys. Have a good night. Love the Multicam Black SOE pot. Thanks, man. I think it's a great product. Super. Most people don't even know that it exists. As long as you don't go gay for a triple marriage. That's why I said John Exotic, because so many people would shit talk it. It'd get a ton of traffic. Don't get a snake bite tattoo. Who did that?